YouTube family, it's me, Melanie. Um, Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my vlog, the very first vlog. Can y'all believe that? Numero uno, number one, today. Actually, this should have been done last week, but so many things went wrong. Last week, it just didn't go as planned. And then yesterday I filmed this. My husband hated it. And today I filmed it perfectly. No sound. No sound at all. So here we are. At the end of the night, I had to wait for everyone to calm down, quiet down before I could get this vlog going. Yeah. So that's pretty much what happened. But we're here. I'm here. Let's just keep moving forward. So, earlier today, I think I did this and I had everything planned perfectly. I'm just gonna go off the top of my head with what I think or how I think the vlog went the first time. Okay. So the point of this vlog is for you all to get to know me. Once again, my name is Melanie. I recently got married. I am trying for another baby. We're getting ready to move. It's just so much stuff going on. It's so chaotic in my life right now, but I want to take you all with me on a little journey. So let's talk. Um, yeah, I think this is the point of the vlog is like, I had a lot going on, and instead of writing in a journal, writing in a diary, I was like, I might as well just vlog it. Therefore, I could look back on this later on and maybe even answer some of the questions that you might have. So, let's start off with your girl's birthday, okay? Your girl had a birthday on Saturday. Yeah, me. Me. Happy birthday to me. Okay. But that was the day that we were supposed to have Snowmageddon or whatever it's called. But we ended up getting, I want to say Ice-mageddon, okay? Because it snowed, it rained, it snowed again, and then it froze. So it was ice everywhere. So originally for my birthday, we were supposed to go to a speakeasy. Like I wanted to do something more adultish for my birthday. So I picked a speakeasy. Nice, okay? When I say dim lights, live music, charcuterie boards, okay? Glasses of wine. Like it was just grown and sexy. And then it gave me a reason to get dressed, okay? Because your girl has not been getting dressed in a long time. And I really feel like my hands are ashy. I did just wash my hands, so don't judge me. I'm gonna put some lotion on while I do this video. Um yeah, I feel like my hands is ashy. And I'm just waving around talking to y'all. It's like, whoo, woo me. Okay. Um, what else? So yeah, but because it was gonna snow, we ended up not going anywhere. My husband and the kids ended up making it really special. My husband said, what kind of cupcakes did I want for my birthday? Because I don't want a cake. I always get a cake and we don't eat it. Like, we're not big cake eaters. So we never finish a cake. So this year I was like, I want cupcakes. But I wanted, like I said, something more cute, adultish, you know. So I ended up getting some cupcakes from Publix. When I tell y'all them cupcakes from Publix was so delicious. They were so delicious. Like they were so moist. They were oh the cream cheese frosting on them were so good. They had little gold glitter little pieces on it. It was good, okay? But then I seen a girl on TikTok. It was either Facebook or TikTok. And she had a bouquet of flowers, but they were cupcakes. So I told my husband, I was like, I want a bouquet of flower cupcakes too. His I already ordered your cupcakes from Publix. So I didn't think he had got them, but he did. And he ended up getting them to look like roses. I'm gonna show you a picture. I'm gonna show that picture in the video about the cupcakes that look like roses. Only problem I have is that they came from Walmart, and that's not a problem. Because the girl who decorated them, she did a good job. When I say them cupcakes were so pretty, they were really pretty. But You could tell that they probably, because of the box that they come in, they probably made them the day before, and they sat in this box that's not like airtight, kind of. I don't know how to explain it, but you could tell that they were kind of, stale is not the word I'm gonna go for. They were a little dry, and a little hard, a little hard. So, but I kind of feel like the frosting was supposed to be hard to keep the roses together on it. I'm not sure, like I said, you'll see the picture and tell me if they supposed to be hard like that. I don't know, but either way, it was beautiful. It was nice, and so it was my husband, my son, and a lot of my stepson lives with us, and they sung "Happy Birthday." But my stepson, he was singing, honey. He was singing, "Happy birthday." I said, okay, hit them high notes. Hit them high notes for me. So it was really nice. Your girl had a good birthday. Okay. I am gonna redo and go to the speakeasy so that I can have my little charcuterie board. And it might not even be good, but I just want one. I think it's just the fact that I want one. But I do want to go to a speakeasy. I've never been to a speakeasy. And it's the fact that it's live music. Then like I've never been to an event like that. So that's what's making me want to go. Also, your girl had a little scare. Um a little scare. And I had felt a little lump. I was like, oh my God, I'm dying. But I was not dying. Okay, so I had to go get a mammogram done. My first mammogram ever. And I've always been afraid to get a mammogram done because the horror stories, like, oh my God, they smash your boob into this machine. But I'm like, I don't really got enough to smash. Like, I don't have enough to smash. Like, and I barely had enough to put on that little plate. Like, she was twist, turn, lift your arm, put it in here, and I was just like, oh, like, are you sure it's enough? She's like, it's enough. I mean, they made it work, but your girl didn't have one. So I just want y'all to know, like, I did do a mammogram for the first time, a little earlier than you're supposed to, but I did do a mammogram. But then they wanted an ultrasound, so we did do an ultrasound of the breast as well, and kind of find out it was just a cyst, a little cyst. So I had a little scare. I was like, oh, thank God it's just a cyst. So, for now, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just wanted y'all to know, like, if you need a mammogram, go get a mammogram. It's not that scary. It was not that bad. In and out. But I did, disclaimer, I did tell her before we start, don't smash my titty in that thing. Like, do not smash my breast in here. And she was like, ha ha ha, we're not gonna do that. And they really didn't do it. But I don't know if that's why she didn't do it. But yeah, I had to let that be known because my mom, every time she goes, she talks about how they just be smashing her shit, like they just be coming down on it, and I'd be like, oh. So yeah, what else are we gonna talk about? Talk about the birthday, Snowmageddon, which was absolutely horrible. So because it snowed, it rained and snowed, it was ice everywhere. My neighborhood is still icy. Everyone's driveway is still icy except for mine, and I think it's like a house down the street. I did come home from the grocery store today, and the other neighbor was cracking his ice. So my husband, we had drove around to every store. Like, no one had salt. They said they sold out of salt 2 weeks before the storm had even hit. But we did find a shovel that has a blade at the end of it. And so my husband just came down on the ice and he would break it in chunks. I'd take the shovel, scoop the chunks, throw them away. Our driveway is clear. Okay. No ice. When I say I can back in, pull out peacefully, I can. There's no ice. But I can't say that for my neighbors. So the neighbor told us when we were breaking the ice, he was like, y'all crazy. Like, I wouldn't be breaking ice. That it was going to snow again this weekend. It did like a pinch, how you do a pinch of salt. That's all it did with the snow. It really did not snow at all. Not enough to say like, to be honest, it didn't do anything. So I'm glad we did do what we did with the ice, and not listen to the neighbor. But he was like, "Oh, y'all crazy. Um, it's gonna snow again. I wouldn't be out here breaking the ice." We broke it. Our driver looks amazing. Okay. We did end up getting some salt though. My shout out to my husband's homegirl. She ended up from her job getting some salt and getting us a thing of salt as well. So we have some salt to throw down there. So if it snows again, it snows again. We prepared. We are beyond prepared. Okay. Um, but yeah, having to go to work, and that was outrageous. Like they shouldn't even have asked us to come in. But because I do work for a clinic, they wanted all hands on deck if you can make it. And so of course I had to go. And that was just going from out of the parking garage to the office. It was crazy because it was just ice, straight ice. I did go one day to work and I didn't have the right shoe on. I almost died. Like, oh, I almost died. It was bad. It was bad. I wouldn't do that again. So now I wear my little boots, my little what do y'all call them? Duck boots. Wear my little duck boots. They're actually really good on the ice. Better than the Uggs would be to me. Yeah. But anyways, let's jump in. Moving right along. I am doing fertility treatment. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. We're doing a IUI this month with, it's a medicated IUI. So we're going to do an aggressive medicated IUI because we did have a couple chemicals, and we're not having any luck on our own right now. So we're going to do an aggressive cycle. And it's interesting because we're using a company that's a couple hours, like maybe an hour and a half, maybe two. I think it's like 2.5 hours away from us. So we're doing most of it up this way, but you have to go down there. I was gonna say down that way, but you have to go down there for your actual procedure. But my job actually offered these fertility benefits. So that is why I took advantage of it, and I did get their insurance. Did I want another insurance because I'm on my husband's insurance? No. But because this may all right, so sorry about that. Got a little disconnected. Unfortunately, my camera is not here yet. So that was another setback. So just bear with me. It'll probably be like one or two videos. Like it's not the end of the world. But anyways, like we were saying, having two insurances is crazy, but no one wants two insurances. But my job offered fertility benefits in there. So what me and my husband have decided to do is we're going to do an IUI. If that fails, we're going to do one more IUI. If that fails, then we'll do a femicide. The femicide is almost like an IUI. Okay, let's back it up. Okay. First question you guys are going to have is, why not just go straight to IVF? We are on a time crunch and we cannot do IVF. Like, as much as I would love to, we can't. Like, the process to get everything going, and they want you on these meds for like 3 months. We just don't have the time to do an IVF. So, eventually we will get there, and I'll explain why we can't do IVF in a little bit. So we're gonna do an IUI. An IUI is intrauterine insemination, which they just stick a catheter into your uterus and they let the sperm do its thing. Like, hey, go, go, go find that egg. You know what I'm saying? Find that egg, and hopefully, prayfully, it finds an egg. Okay. The femicide is the same thing. The catheter goes in the uterus, but there's this little piece. So let's say it's the catheter, it's a little piece that goes out this way, and they stick that little piece into your fallopian tube, and then a balloon blows up and it keeps the sperm from coming back out, but they shoot the sperm into your fallopian tube. The point or the goal of this is so that the fastest swimmer can reach the egg like that. Okay. Versus having to do this extra long journey because they don't swim that far. You know, it takes a couple days. So if it's in the fallopian tube, maybe it'll reach it in 24 hours. I don't know how this works. I just know it's supposed to help them get there faster. So we're thinking about trying that one. Only problem with that one is I think the device for it itself was like $1,800, and that's just the device. Like, and insurance does not cover that. Fertility benefits does not cover the device. Let's get that clear. So we were like, okay, let's just try the IUI first because I don't want to pay $1,800. It don't work, and then pay $1,800. Or what if we just pay the deposit and everything for the IUI? It works. Then we would have, you know what I'm saying? So we didn't do it that way, but the whole process with doing the fertility is a wild one. Like I said, we're doing an aggressive medicated IUI cycle. So what that means is we're gonna take. I was taking letrozole on its own to try, even though I can ovulate, but it was to help out a little bit more. This time I'll take letrozole. I'll get an HSG shot, and some other stuff that they wanted, some other shots that needed to be done. So it's supposed to be more aggressive. Um, like a, yeah, it's supposed to be more aggressive. I can't think right now. I'll get into that in another video. We'll do a whole IUI video. But when you get your initial consult, you go in with your baseline labs. So they give you labs to have done before you ever have your appointment. So you go and you go get those labs done. They talk to you and go over them, and then they tell you like what they want to do. And that's how I found out they wanted to do an aggressive IUI cycle. So you have to have all your base labs done before you can, before the consultation, because they're going to go over them in the consultation. After that, you'll get a series of other labs. And when I say they take a lot of blood, they take a lot of blood. Like I was just like, oh, I'm about to perish. Like I've never felt sick getting labs done, but I was sick. Like your girl needed a snack, okay, and some juice because I was just like not feeling it. But those labs are not back yet. They are the genetic carrier screening, like the I think it's called tumor necrosis. There was like some protein S, protein C, some other stuff, but those are not back yet. But yeah, and then we have the financial consultation this week. But then, like I said, we're ready for the IUI towards the end of the month. Only thing left is after the financial is when I go pick up meds, and then in February we're just like hitting the ground running with it. Now the reason we cannot do the IVF is your girl's moving overseas. Okay, we are moving overseas. Once we have official orders, I will let y'all know where. I will let y'all know when. Everything. But you're gonna follow me on that one too, because we're gonna pack this house together. We are going to get all our documents and everything together. We're gonna get all our appointments together. That's gonna be a process on its own because I've never left the country ever. I don't know if Canada counts because I lived in upstate New York and we used to go to Canada, but I don't know if that counts. But I've never left the country, so yeah, this is a first. And I'm doing it with 2 kids, possibly pregnant. Yeah, it's just so which me and the family really can't wait to get out of this house. If any of you have ever been military and you know what it's like when you have to move and it's like we need somewhere now and it's like this is not our forever home. It's nice. It is big, but I don't think it was big enough for 4 people. You know what I'm saying? Like when my husband got here, he got here months before I actually had came. I was still on contract for a hospital in Colorado, so I couldn't leave until my contract was over. So he was here, and it was enough space for him, and then it was enough space for me, and then my son, and then his son, and it's not enough space. We need more space. Like, yeah, I probably could like DIY it and IKEA shelves, everything to make more space for the things we need. But since we're not going to be here much longer, less than 6 months, we're like, we're not buying anything else for this house because we don't even know what we're going to need overseas. A lot of European houses don't have closets, so we have to put that together. There's just so much that's going on and so much that's happening. So yeah, you guys are going to follow me on that one. But I don't want to make this video too long because I already got clips that I need to add in and show you guys. But the goal is to get this video out, the vlog out, at least once a week. And then once everything starts rolling, all the equipment I need is here, we maybe can do twice, 3 times a week, then to daily. But right now, like, I go to work full time, I go to school, trying to vlog. Mom, my son has night classes, the stepson has basketball practice. I'm trying to find time for it. So yeah, so until next weekend, bye.